Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and at the end of this video, I'm going to show you one of the best video clips that I have seen in a long time. It's from Brian Brooks, and it is his prediction about the SEC lawsuit, specifically what he thinks is going to happen with XRP in that lawsuit. You gotta see this. Okay. Let me start here. Let me do a refresh here. We've got a market that is almost at 1.3 trillion. Look at what's going on. A lot of this is due to the announcement that Tesla bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's at 43,000. XRP's been up as much as 10% today, close to 44 cents. Dogecoin is going crazy because of all these celebrities trying to pump it and all this. Ethereum's doing well. Everything is pretty darn green. This is from CoinDesk. Major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini and Binance are experiencing technical issues amid heavy trading following the news of Tesla's $1.5 billion Bitcoin investment. Then you got this. CryptoDim sent me this. Peter Schiff. So long before his public pump, Elon Musk used Tesla funds to put $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. I wonder how much has already been dumped or is being dumped now into the news. It's also likely that Tesla loaded up on Dogecoin before he began pumping the superior cryptocurrency. Now, I wanted to show you something along those lines. Look at this. This is from Crypto Bull 2020. It says, amazing how he manipulates the market. In December, Bitcoin was bullshit according to him. Now he bought. So he's basically saying on December 20th, Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money. And right after that is when Tesla was buying Bitcoin, $1.5 billion. That right there is pretty doji. I mean, that right there could catch the eyes of some people. Then CZ Binance says Elon shilled Bitcoin and Doge, then bought Bitcoin. That's a pretty good point right there. Now Gene Simmons, this I thought this was funny because he's sticking his tongue out. Dogecoin value surges as Gene Simmons calls himself God of the cryptocurrency, the ultimate marketer. Now, I tweeted this out today, and I want you to all write it down because this right here, this tweet right here, history will remember this tweet. Trust me, because Dogecoin is pets.com. And those of you that were not around during the .com bubble, you'll remember a lot of companies that the stock prices were going crazy. All these companies were going public, and they were literally buying companies that were hollow. They were creating companies that were literally hollow shells around a .com name and had no real business. And that was what pets.com ended up being. It collapsed. Dogecoin, in the case of crypto, like Brad Garlinghouse has said, and I'm going to show you a clip in a minute, 1,000 times. Ultimately, in the end game, when all this is said and done, if a digital asset does not have real utility, it's not going to be around. It's going to go to zero. And it doesn't matter if it's built around some fad or a community or whatever. If it doesn't have real utility to be used in the financial system, it is not going anywhere, folks. This is a mistake. People are chasing green candles on this Dogecoin, and I'm telling you, it's a mistake. You heard it here. And then I tweeted this out. And I find this hilarious too. For over 2 years now, it's like CNBC is afraid to put up the price of XRP, but afraid to put it on the screen and won't say it, every once in a while. But this right here is very telling about what's really going on. It makes you wonder, who's getting CNBC to push Bitcoin like they are? And now they're okay with talking about Dogecoin, but this is true. Dogecoin, which I call pets.com of crypto, has been mentioned on CNBC more times in a week than XRP, which is the Amazon.com of this, in its existence. True story. Go watch how they're covering dog coin. It's crazy. Michelle Vandenberg, Ashish Burla weighed in on the dot-com boom and did a comparison too. Joining a non-blockchain fintech startup is like joining AOL instead of Google in 1999. And I would say buying Dogecoin is like buying AOL back in 1999 too. AOL was not the one, Google was. Same case for XRP. Now, let's make another, I want to drive the point home about proof of work. Proof of work does not work. Now, if it doesn't work, that also means that as digital assets unfold and people realize that proof of work does not work for what its original purpose was, proof of work being Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, all their proof of work, it doesn't work. Look at this tweet. This is Ethereum. So let me get this right. Sending $6 of Ethereum costs $78. Retweet this and make this go viral so new people know that using XRP costs $0.002 no matter how little or how much you send. Now, folks, this is why these versions of digital assets can't have any real utility. This is why Bitcoin, all they talk about is a store of value because it's too expensive, it's not scalable, and they knew it. And the people that created XRP knew it too. And you're going to see a clip from Brad Garlinghouse where he explains all this to you. I'm painting the picture here so that all of you that are being distracted right now will stop being distracted before it's too late. Riz XRP sent me this. Judy Shelton, money is edging closer toward its biggest reinvention in centuries as central banks start to embrace the creation of digital currencies. Then Blockchain Backer had tweeted this out. Altcoin market cap is at an all-time high. All right, and then, now here's where I'm going to bring you around. Remember, Stanley Druckenmiller, this guy is a noted billionaire guy in the traditional markets. He has recently said that he was buying Bitcoin, but this shows you what his true thoughts on Bitcoin. These people are not stupid. They are not stupid. These are very smart people. They know what's going on. Listen to what he says.
Is this the mother of all asset bubbles, or perhaps something more genuine and more lasting?
Maybe both. I think it wouldn't be doing what it was doing if we didn't have the central bank behavior we have. I was skeptical 3 or 4 years ago when it came out. Why would anybody buy this thing? But they've done this unbelievable marketing job. It's been around 13 years. And particularly younger millennials look at it the way.
Here's one question. He said they've done this unbelievable marketing job. Who is they? That's my question. Because I believe there is a they. I believe he knows who they are. And I believe that Bitcoin is nothing but a marketing program. And I believe that they know that. And they know that ultimately it's not the one.
Always looked at gold. I do doubt, I have my doubts whether anything, whether Bitcoin itself will be anything other than a store of value, because it's got all sorts of problems as a currency. Number one, it uses up a lot of energy. Number two, it's volatile. There's other technical problems with it I don't really understand.
Yep.
But, right now it's an asset class. My view of it has been way overblown in the press. I do own some of it. It's gone up a lot since I bought it. It's just sort of plaything. I don't really believe in it. I don't really not believe in it. It could be a new asset class. The answer is I don't know.
Stan, I want to spend a minute on the topic of capitalism, which had become a hot button issue before COVID. I'd just be curious as we kind of move through this again, a very pivotal period in American history. How would you characterize the state of American capitalism? Are you worried?
Okay, I'm not going to go through all that. Now, that's Stanley Druckenmiller, and I want to bring your attention. I've shown this on this channel before. This is called the Economic Club of New York. It's a nonprofit, nonpartisan, non-political organization dedicated to the discussion of, well, let me see if I can refresh that. Discussion of today's most important social, economic, and political questions. You'll see there Jamie Dimon. these are the kind of caliber of people. What this economic club is, this were all the most powerful people in New York, and they have these clubs in each city. But this is where the most powerful people in business and politics and everything else go to throw the ideas out. Now, I was told, so anyway, this is where they all go to talk about ideas. This is where presidents go, for crying out loud. There's Larry Summers. You'll see all kinds of, there's Mark Carney. I mean, you name it, they go there, and all of the wealthy people, the wealthiest people in the world, are sitting in a room and they're finding out about what's coming next. Well, Stanley Druckenmiller was there. Like I said, he's a billionaire investor. But a while back, guess who else was there? And let me tell you what, you don't see many people from startups at the Economic Club of New York, but you do see Brad Garlinghouse. So Brad Garlinghouse in this clip just so happens, and by the way, this is Bank XRP. Go give him a subscribe when you have some time. But Brad Garlinghouse lays out for you what XRP is and what it means that if these things do not have utility, nothing is happening with them. Listen to this little dialogue.
The XRP coin.
Sure.
Is it for example, is it a stable coin, which means it's backed by the US dollar? What is it?
So everyone here, I'm sure, has heard of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, started from the Satoshi white paper, and one of the things about how Bitcoin works is through proof of work. It has mining. You've heard about miners that are using compute power to verify transactions. That's expensive, and it causes a scalability problem. The inventors, the original engineers who developed the XRP ledger, were early Bitcoin engineers who saw that there was going to be a scalability problem of Bitcoin over time.
Well, it's also finite. There are 21 million Bitcoin, and that's the end of that.
That will be the end. Today, there's fewer than that. There continue to be Bitcoins mined, and so it's growing with the idea that it'll have a maximum of 21 million units. With XRP, the idea was, look, when you're doing this mining, it slows down transactions, it makes transactions expensive. There's a better way to do that, and they developed something that I won't technically go into, called the consensus algorithm. But basically the idea is you don't have to have mining to verify a transaction. But XRP, so this group of engineers developed the XRP ledger. It's an open source technology. Ripple owns a lot of XRP. We own about 55% of all XRP. So clearly we're very interested in the health and success of that ecosystem, but it is an open source technology that Ripple uses in its technical stack.
What is the use case? If we have people in this audience thinking, why would I buy an XRP? First, what's the value of it right now?
I did not look this morning. I think it's around 27 cents, but I'm not sure.
Okay, 27 cents per XRP.
Correct.
What is the use case? If I bought 10,000 of these to take a chance on it, a couple $100 or whatever, you're...
Well, there's two things I think you're asking there. One is more of an investment question of, are people speculating on digital assets? I mean, the question...
They are.
Yeah, 100% people are. I mean, I think one of the challenges for the crypto space is that, I have said this publicly before, I think 99.9% of all crypto trading today is just speculation. I mean, it's actually some amazing stats. About $40 to $50 billion a day is trading in crypto. I mean, that is a lot. I mean, that is a very liquid market.
By the way, there's something like 2,000 coins out there, different types of
tokens, yeah. So there's a lot.
Basically, top 10, sorry to interrupt, and XRP is one of them at the very top.
So there's a lot of trading out there, but most of it is just speculation. The question you're asking, I think, is what's the utility and what problem we're solving? I think that's the right question, because I think over a long arc of time, I think the value of any digital asset will be related to its utility in the world. Ripple is using XRP to solve this I know we're going to talk about this later, but a correspondent banking problem. I make the joke that if you and I decided to have a race to see who could get $10,000 to London the fastest, I would win if I just drove to JFK and flew it there. That's the fastest way to move money, which in 2019 in the world of the internet is a pretty surprising stat. So we are using XRP to help banks, to help regulated financial institutions facilitate cross-border transactions.
Okay, so I thought that was a timely thing for people to see. And now James Rule sent me this. Now this is what you got to see, folks. This is Brian Brooks, who was the head of the OCC. I think he's now stepped down, but he's the guy that was the legal counsel for Coinbase. He also used to work for Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary. Now, watch what he says in this clip. They specifically ask him about XRP. I shaved it down a little bit. Listen to this.
Brian, speaking of Ripple, you worked at Coinbase, you worked in the government, albeit for under a year. So tell us, is XRP a security, yes or no?
Well, these are complicated questions and matters of pending litigation, so who can say? But here's what I would tell you, though, which I think is the most important issue about XRP, and that is there is a difference, okay? There's a difference between the way in which an asset is distributed and the nature of the asset at a given moment in time. And I think the issue in Ripple that gets lost in all of the discussion is whatever happened in the original distribution of XRP tokens, 10 years ago, and whether that was or wasn't an unregistered securities offering, that's what the courts will decide. That's a different question from whether XRP today is a security. And the SEC itself has said that assets can change their nature over time as they achieve utility and as they achieve decentralization. So if I had to make a prediction, I'll just make a quick prediction, and that is that there is a settlement to be done here somewhere. And the settlement has to do with the distribution of the tokens so that existing token holders can continue to trade them and find value in them the way that they do.
Distribution of those tokens is code, in my opinion, for XRP escrow. I believe it's always been about that XRP escrow, and I believe that there will be some kind of a settlement. And I said here, when this gets resolved, they will have to redefine the word pump. You won't these little pumps you've been seeing in these digital assets, it won't be even close as to what happens in XRP. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Brian Brooks is predicting a settlement